Hi ladies and gents, I'm coming to you with our jewelry Sunday tutorial. Super excited. So here are some bracelets. I gotta show you some already made stuff and then we're gonna dive into the tutorial. Previously on my this and that video, I don't know how many of you watch my this and that videos, but I did show, every time I do those I always show some jewelry as well. And one of them was this style of bracelet. Okay, so just a little simple dangle depending on how far you want to go, and this is with a cherry quartz stone, and we're going to be making these. So I'm going to give you some ideas of what kind of beads. I mean, you could use any kind of bead. Do not feel you need to stick with the same type of beads. So this one right here is that style, and a lot of these bracelets range from 7 to 8 inches. Okay, it really needs to depend on the size that you're doing it for yourself. This right here is from the turquoise bead box from Michaels. And I love it because they're all different sizes. So I love that. I love that it's just mixed like that. And then you just have just a little dainty charm if you want to put one. So I did go a little ham on these and did a few because I just did a bunch. I was like on a roll. I had to stop right now because I'm like, okay, we need to do a tutorial. Stop making so many. But there's like a few colors I'm going to be doing some more today. Okay, and then I did one with glass beads. Okay, let's see if we do it this way. And you see that it's like got that really pretty clearish color on that side, where you could see the dark color, and then on the flip side it's dark. Okay, I get a lot of my beads from LA. Okay, so I know I get ladies that ask, where'd you get this bead, where'd you get that bead? If I don't tell you, or it's either I always get my beads from Hobby Lobby, from Michaels, and seldomly Joann's. So but a lot of the times it's LA. But this one right here, I don't even remember where I got them because I have a lot of beads that I've accumulated through many, many years. Okay, and then we have this kind of bead. This one right here I know is from Michaels. So these are really pretty ones. I make my planner bookmarks with these beads because you see right here, the hole is bigger so it can go through leather. So I do some of that. And I'll be showing how to do those as well. Whether you're a planner, book, Bible, wherever you need a bookmark, I'm going to show that too, because after a while I'm going to run out of jewelry ideas. So I'm like, okay, well, let me think of some things that we can do that's incorporating beads. So we'll be getting into different stuff like that. Okay. So I love it like this as well. The beads are super pretty. And you can use whatever it is. And this is a bigger style bead, but it's still really pretty. And then of course I did 3 of these because I had them all out. So I was like, well, let's just go ahead and do this because I know so many people that love turquoise, so you can't go wrong. And then I love this one. I was like, oh my gosh, let's do a unicorn rainbowy one. So I used a super cute little unicorn charm. And then I used different beads. You'll see they're different sizes, different colors, different shapes. This one right here is a Swarovski one. So it's super gorgeous. You can always spot Swarovski. I'm a huge fan of those crystals. I buy those in bulk from LA as well. Because if you go anywhere else, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg for 1 or 2 beads. So I have like a milk glass purple, a glass purple, yellow, milk blue. And this is a different kind of milk blue, but it's just lighter. And then 2 different kinds of grains. You see they're 2 different shapes. And then I have that really super milk clear color. So it's white. Okay. So how fun is that, right? So you can make them multicolored, multi-shape and size. And it's super cute. Okay. So today we're going to do a yellow one where we're going to incorporate a clear yellow and then pearls. You can never go wrong with a pearl, right? And then I've been using these ones right now. These are so for me. I like the gauges to be a little thicker on these right here. because I want them to be stronger hold. These ones are a little bendy, but they're okay for this kind of bracelet as long as you don't use heavy beads, okay? Because then you're going to want to get thicker gauges of these. But the good thing about them is that this part right here, the head part, is actually big, and you always want to look for these right here when you buy these, because then beads fly right through them. And this one right here, I haven't had no issues with any of my glass or pearls or anything like that, and the pin going right through them. Now if you're using something like that, yeah, this isn't going to work. This you can't use with these unless you're doing it like with the making the eye at the end. But these ones are super long, you'll see. So I can get 2 pieces out of 1 pin because they're so long. So I'm hoping when I go to LA in a couple weeks, I love theirs. Theirs are really thick and sturdy. Okay, so I already pre-did some of these. Okay, the tools we'll be using are of course the typical ones we use in all of them. Round, flush, and then with the ridge. Okay, so I pre-did some of these, and then I'm going to show you how I did, because that's what we're going to do. These right here are just making a bunch of eye pins. Now if you happen to have eye pins already, the small ones, then more power to you. I happen to not. So for me, and you always want to make sure you have these super snug and closed, because they will fall apart if you don't do it. For me, I just used these ones. These ones are head pins. And did I say eye pins? If I didn't, that's what I meant. If you have eye pins that are already small and already pre-done, then that is perfect. But for if you don't, you can use the head pins to make eye pins. It'll get you a lot more familiar with making your loops. So see, I just do my own. All right. And then as far as like with this, there is no rhyme or reason. Now, if you're a perfectionist where I gotta know the size, I'm not one of those crafters where everything has to be measured perfectly. That's just not how I am. I've been doing this for so long that I'm pretty good at guesstimating, and I have a comfort with where I need to cut it. And that's kind of a comfort level that you would want to, you'll learn in time. So don't be discouraged. Okay, you see I always do it like at a finger's length. And then I'll go ahead and I'll take it in about 1/3 of the way where it's flush. And then I'm going to turn, and I'm not going to take it out. Then I hold it down like this, but then I open it, turn it towards me, and then turn to it, and then squeeze and push towards me so that it's like that. Okay, then we're going to close it and make it snug. Okay, then let's go ahead and see. We're going to test to see how the links look, because I honestly don't know until I start linking them. And I'm using jump rings to put these together, so it's literally a jump ring in between each of these. Okay, and I also purchased these jump rings. I purchased them in the big value pack at Michael's. I think they were like $7.99, but of course, I had to use a coupon. So, gosh, I didn't check right now if I just did that in the camera. Sorry if I didn't. I'll notice when I do the playback. I'd be like, gosh, dog it. Because I literally have to look through the side, because in the camera, so I can't see it. So you'll see. And then you'll have whatever pattern you want. Okay. So, and it's really simple. This really is just a repetitive. You don't have to worry about adding, unless you truly want to add bead caps or anything like that, then, and I'm not using 2. So I know a lot of ladies, you'll sit there and you'll grab the 2 so that you can close these together. It takes too long if I sit there and I grab the tool. So I use my nail. I use one of these little plier thingies, and then I use my nail. Thank goodness for acrylics, right? So I'm putting it through. Super And it's so fast to make these. I literally just did those runs that I showed you in about an hour, literally. Because once you start, you just get your little assembly line going. And, okay. And let me add this one more. And then we're going to test it. My wrist is, I believe it's a 7. And I have a pretty bony wrist. Surprised it's not smaller, but apparently it's not that bony. Okay, so this is kind of how we test it. So you'll see right here, I could put one more on there, and you got to consider you're going to add 2 more jump rings and your closure. So you have to always consider, you know, that length as well. So see right here, I just get the flesh cutters and I just cut that part off. So now there's no more head to it. So this way I can get 2 out of 1. Okay, so see, super easy. Soon as you guys get this, I tell you, this right here is the perfect thing to get so that you can start learning how to do your loops. Because I know a lot of ladies, well, you know, they're discouraged because they're like, oh, I can't do the loops, I can't do the loops. You have no idea how long it took me to learn the loops. A lot of failures. So nobody starts off amazing. Okay, so never feel discouraged to do it. It takes a lot of practice. And then you get it down. Okay, so there we go. And then we're going to add another jump ring. And then also too, I wanted to show you, checking my time, making sure that I jabber as I work and not jabber and then work, because then I run out of time. Okay, so now, let's see, perfect. See, so it's perfect like that. So now I have to add jump rings to the end, because now we're going to close it off. Okay, now I'm going to show you really quick. For instance, right here, okay, I did it this way, where it's 1 jump ring, the lobster claw, and then another jump ring. And then of course I hang the charm off of the side where the lobster claw is, not the other side where it closes. So you have this way of doing it, and then you are going to have this way. And I'm going to show you how to do this one. These right here are extenders. You can purchase these at Michael's. That's where I purchased it from, okay? So it comes with a little bit of chain already on it, and it comes with that little thing. You could totally change that out and put something cuter. But then it's perfect for when you don't know and you're gifting. You don't know if the person's wrist size is bigger, smaller, or what it is. So this way you can't go wrong. You make it smaller for here, like maybe a 6.5 inch, this part right here, and then add the extender. So that way it fits a 7, a 7.5, or an 8-inch wrist. And it doesn't look like unproportioned at all. So we're going to use the extender. Now when I made the mistake when, no I didn't. These ones were purposed. These were purchased because of leather. I also do like leather style. So that's what these are for. So you put the leather end in there and then you flatten those. Okay, that's why these ones were purchased. But we're not using that, so we're going to take this off and we are going to remove those pieces. And always know, I did have somebody on here ask me about chain, like how did I cut the certain chain, right? Every chain, like on these curb chains, whether they're big, small, or whatever, they always have an opening that you can twist and open. So always know that. It's not a matter of using flush cutters to cut those. It's a matter of just looking for the opening, like I am right now, looking for this jump ring opening so that I can, there we go, remove those pieces. So now I just have the chain and then the lobster claw right there. So we're going to grab one of my own jump rings. Okay. And if I keep saying split ring, I do apologize, because that is not what I never ever use split rings. So, and those are the loops that have multiple loops. So you'll see this one has 1, But the split ring has multiple, like 2 more all into one, and those ones are really hard to use, but they're locked. So if you ever link anything, they'll never come apart. That's the whole beauty of those, but they're very, very hard to use. Very hard to use. So for me, I just choose to use the jump. Okay. The jump rings is what I'm meaning to say. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna link the lobster claw. Good gracious. Can't get a hold of it. Alright. And of course, just using my finger to do it. So I have the lobster claw already on there with the jump ring. And now it's already holding on to the chain, and all I did was add the 1 jump ring. Okay, so see? Or you could create this yourself. If you have thinner chain and you would just add it to the jump ring yourself, but just make sure you can fit your lobster claw through the links. So don't let it be too small. It has to be to where it can fit. Okay, and then you can hang your own little pretty dangle right there. And then you can hang your charm on this side. So this one right here is just, it's all yellow, but it's yellow and pearl. So super, super, super easy to make these. Like I said, they do have these at Michael's. If you are able to find your own, just keep in mind, always keep in mind when you're looking and you're looking at the head pin part of it, make sure it's bigger and look at them, because you can buy the small ones, and those ones you're never gonna, you know, the beads will always fall through. These are a good size, I can't complain. So the ones from Bead Landing, I just don't like the gauge. I would prefer a thicker gauge, but there's no, but Michael's and Joann's don't have a thicker one, and meaning that this right here, you see how it bends? It doesn't bend super easy, but it bends easy enough. I prefer the ones where you really have to, you know, push hard for it to bend. So that's when you have a thicker gauge, it can't bend as easy. So, but these ones are not bad. I do use these ones, but if you use heavy beads, you have to use a good size gauge that's not going to open, because the beads do weigh. They're really heavy. This one right here, these beads right here are not plastic. It's almost like, I don't know, I don't want to say porcelain or clay, but ceramic. More like a ceramic bead. So they're not heavy, but it's not plastic. You know, and even when I use these beads right here, these are cherry quartz, so they're not plastic, they're a real stone. These right here are glass, so they're not super heavy because they're smaller. So you just have to keep that in mind when you do these bracelets. And this was the bracelet that I shown, the first one that I did. Oops, for those of you that may have not seen. So this one okay, hold on. Hold on a moment. It's all tangled. Wait a minute. What did I do? Oh, geez. I don't know what I did. Oh, geez. I couldn't. See, that's what happens. I put apparently too many dangles. See, that's my problem. I don't know how to slow down. Because I was trying to find this end. I'm like, why did it break? But no, I just added a ton of charms. So see, I added a dangle. I added, you know, the little dangles I made. I added a little word. But I always hang it from this end. So see, this one's really pretty stone. And this one I believe I purchased at Hobby Lobby. Okay, so super fabulous, super easy. Grab any kind of bead, mix match your beads. That is so super fun. I absolutely enjoyed when I mix matched. What did I do with it? Oh, this one right here, the unicorn looking one with the rainbow colors. See, I use different sizes. It's so pretty. So you don't have to have everything mitchy matchy. See how fun? It's just fun. I love it. And I'm going to totally be making more of these with just different shapes and beads. Super duper cute. So these are the bracelets I wanted to show you that I was going to be making. I hope that everything was explained well, that you understood, that we were able to, it's just one repetitive move over and over and over. So you just have to keep that in mind on these. And then really fast, let's see, for instance, like with the closures, this right here is 8 1/4. Okay, this is 8 1/4 with the closures. So for me on a 7-inch wrist, watch, I'll show you how it looks on my size wrist. I probably could just slide it right on. You see how big it is on me. Oops, let's turn this up a little bit. There we go. So you see, this is 8 1/4. And I could literally remove it off. So that's 8 1/4. I did do one that was actually my size. I think it's this one right here, the turquoise one. And like I said, always keep in mind your measurements with using, I'm going to put this on because I know some ladies like to see how it looks on. Okay, so this is my size. Okay. So see, this is how it looks on, really super pretty. And then there's just not a lot of give here. And I'm the type of girl that I will add this to like 6 or 5 more bracelets. I'm a huge stacker. I love arm candy. So I will add a bunch of different things. So that's how it looks. So they're super fun, super easy. Just got to remember it's repetitive. So what I will do, like when I get off of this video, I'm going to cut off these edges. I can get 2 links out of 1, and I'm just going to make a bunch, assembly line, make a bunch of them. I already know now that I measured and I seen, like for instance, this one that does fit my wrist, I know how many beads or chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it takes me 7 of these links to make, or height on the eye pins. It takes 8. Did I just count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm sorry. 7 eye pins to do this. As long as the beads don't differentiate too much, like they're too small or they're too big, or else then I have to guesstimate. But I do it anyways. I'll make a bunch, then I'll hang it. Okay, let me add one more. Let me take off one. That's kind of how I do these. So I hope that was enough. I hope I didn't jibber jabber way too much. I always try to make sure to include every little helpful hint. Good gracious. See, because I'm trying to talk really fast because I don't want the video to go out. But anyways, I hope that was good. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you give it a try. And I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are so awesome and so good to me. And your comments are such a blessing. And thank you so very much. And I will see you guys soon. Have an amazing and blessed Sunday. Bye.